Every morning, Alex opened the same laptop and wondered if this was all life had to offer. Stand. The alarm screamed at 6, the commute ate 2 hours, and the meeting could have been an email. Stairs. A steady paycheck arrived like clockwork, but so did the quiet feeling of being stuck. Calendar. The boss smiled and said great job, then asked Alex to stay late again for free. Group. Friends posted beach photos while Alex answered emails, the screen glowing like a cage. No sun. Someone online claimed they made $1 million quitting their job to start a business. AI arrive. Alex read that post 3 times, heart pounding, imagining a life with no boss. Heart. But the rent was due, the savings were thin, and the risk felt enormous. Stairs. At dinner, a friend said, "Why not just try a small side project first?" Food box. That night, Alex could not sleep, torn between safety and the pull of building something. Bed. The job gave a clear map. Do the task, get the review, climb the ladder slowly. Stairs. Stability felt like a warm coat in winter, comforting yet a little too heavy. Stand. Colleagues became teammates, then friends, then the people who noticed your bad days. Group. Benefits arrived automatically: health cover, paid leave, a pension nobody talked about. Doctor. Yet every promotion meant a longer leash, more meetings, less time to actually think. Group. Alex watched the clock, not from laziness, but from a hunger nothing at work fed. Stand. The company celebrated record profits while Alex calculated the bus fare home. Calendar. Weekends felt like borrowed time, a brief breath before the Monday wait returned. Walk. A mentor said, "Enjoy the runway, most people never get to choose their next step." Stairs. Still the question lingered, was trading time for money the only honest deal? Mirror. The office coffee was terrible, but the routine was a soft place to land. Robot coffee. Alex learned skills fast, shipped work, and earned quiet respect from the team. Group. Some nights the work felt meaningful, a small gear turning a large machine. Stand. Other nights it felt like polishing a floor nobody would ever walk on. Week. The paycheck bought comfort, not freedom, and Alex began to name the difference. Heart. A coworker quit to travel, then returned, saying the grass was just different grass. Door. Another coworker left for a startup and vanished into 80-hour weeks. Run. There was no single right answer, only different trades nobody advertised clearly. Mirror. Alex started noting which tasks felt like play and which felt like a tax. Calendar. Slowly a private list formed, things I would do even if no one paid me. Stand. The idea arrived not as a lightning bolt, but as a stubborn little itch. AI arrive. What if the skill Alex used for free could help real strangers and earn a living? Heart. The first prototype was ugly, a rough page held together by hope and coffee. Robot coffee. 3 friends clicked, then 10, then a stranger paid, and the screen felt alive. Stand. For the first time, the work and the reward pointed at the same direction. Manifest. But the bank balance still depended on the day job, a quiet hum of fear. Stairs. Alex imagined the leap. No salary, no badge, no one to blame but oneself. Door. The freedom sounded like wind, the uncertainty like a cliff with no rail. Week. A founder friend said, "Quit only when the side income covers your bare life." Group. So Alex treated the job as an investor funding a secret, growing experiment. Stand. Evenings became laboratories, learning code, design, and how to talk to strangers. Stand. The first launch got 12 visitors, 9 of them accidental and 0 sales. No sun. Alex laughed at the failure because it proved the thing was finally real. Laugh. Version 2 fixed the awkward parts and a small community began to gather. Group. Sleep shrank, the couch became a thinking chair, and ideas arrived at midnight. Couch. There was no boss to praise the late win, only the quiet thrill of progress. Bed. Money stayed thin, so Alex learned to build with free tools and clever tricks. Stand. A customer wrote, "This tiny app saved my afternoon," and Alex reread it daily. Heart. The day job grew heavier, a tug-of-war between two lives at once. Mirror. Quitting stopped being a fantasy and became a spreadsheet with real numbers. Calendar. Month by month, the side income crept upward toward the salary line. Stairs. Alex weighed the trade plainly. A boss versus 1,000 demanding customers. Group. A job offers a floor. Entrepreneurship offers a ceiling, and both cost your peace. Manifest. Employees trade freedom for predictability. Founders trade predictability for freedom. Mirror. One path fears the market. The other fears the performance review. Both fear the unknown. Weak. Health suffered either way if you forget to eat, walk, and close the laptop. Doctor. Alex started running at dawn, not for fitness, but to remember the body existed. Run. The entrepreneur's lonely nights contrasted the office's noisy, borrowed belonging. Bed. Yet building something from nothing carried a pride no review could grant. Chest. And the job's steady rhythm carried a calm no launch panic could match. Stand. A wise friend asked, "Do you want to be free or do you want to be safe?" Mirror. Alex realized the question was never job versus business, but fear versus fit. Heart. Some people bloom inside a team, others wilt, and that is not a moral score. Group. You can start a business and still keep a job until the math says otherwise. Stairs. You can love your work and still want ownership of the thing you make. Manifest. The trap is choosing from shame, as if one path were braver than the other. Weak. Real courage is knowing yourself, then picking the trade you can actually sustain. Stand. Alex made a plan, not a dramatic exit, but a careful, dated, honest plan. Calendar. Save 6 months, grow the income, learn the skills, then decide with eyes open. Stairs. The choice stopped feeling like a cliff and more like a door with a handle. Door. If you love structure, mentorship, and a clear payday, a good job is a gift. Group. If you love ownership, risk, and learning by falling, building may fit you. Run. Neither is permanent. People move between them across a lifetime, not once. Door. The worst outcome is a decade of wondering what you were too afraid to try. Weak. The best outcome is work that feels like yours, whatever the legal structure. Heart. So Alex kept the job, funded the dream, and told no one but the notebook. Stand. Small wins compounded, a client here, a feature there, a little confidence. Steps. The side project became a second heartbeat, steady, quiet, and real. Heart. 1 year later, the income matched the salary, and the fear finally loosened. Calendar. The leap, when it came, felt less like falling and more like stepping off a train. Door. To anyone stuck at a desk wondering, you are not broken for wanting more. Stand. To anyone burnt out from a startup, you are not weak for wanting rest. Bed. The question of how to choose is really how to listen to your own honest answer. Mirror. Write down what you fear, then write down what you would miss if you never tried. Calendar. Let the two lists talk. The right move usually sits where they overlap. Heart. Tell a friend, not for permission, but so the dream has to stay real. Group. Start tiny, a weekend, a skill, a single customer who is glad you exist. Stand. Momentum beats motivation. Action teaches faster than any perfect plan. Run. And if you fail, you leave with skills, stories, and a clearer sense of self. Laugh. Failure in trying is tuition. Failure in never starting is just regret. Manifesto. So the answer to how to choose is beautifully unfair and wonderfully yours. Heart. Know the trade, fund the gap, and let fit not fear make the call. Manifesto. A job is not the safe, boring option. It is a valid, honorable craft. Group. A business is not the brave, glamorous option. It is hard, lonely, and real. Weak. Choose the life you can sustain, then build the freedom inside it. Stand. Alex still opens the laptop each morning, but now with a plan and a spark. Stand. Some days the job, some days the dream, always moving toward ownership. Stairs. The crossroads did not end. It became a roundabout Alex now drives with care. Door. And that, it turns out, is what growing up at work actually means. Heart. Choose on purpose, build with patience, and let your own life be the proof. Manifesto.